Good evening to our viewers watching on television and those joining us online across our social media platforms. I am Adana Dark with the Friday, May 15th edition of the Guyana TV9 News. In the headlines tonight, Wales Gas to Energy project targets first power by 2026. President Ali, Suriname's president, pledges faster action on key bilateral issues. GPF launches nationwide crackdown on provisional drivers to curb accidents. Guyana tightens border controls nationwide amid surge in foreign arrivals. And Barbados man jailed 18 years for killing friend during drunken fight. Now for the news in depth. Guyanese immigration authorities have launched a sweeping enforcement crackdown across all major ports of entry to combat a sharp surge in undocumented foreign nationals crossing into the country. Deputy Chief Immigration Officer Stephen Telford says the heightened monitoring is necessary to ensure that all individuals entering Guyana are doing so through legal and authorized channels. Here's more.
Telford explained that while the Immigration Department's primary responsibility involves monitoring foreign nationals, officers are also tasked with supporting broader national security efforts by verifying lawful entry into the country. According to him, immigration checkpoints play an important role in confirming the travelers entering Guyana have followed the proper procedures.
Outside of that, you have a responsibility to ensure that persons that enter the country, they are entered in a legal way. So the checkpoints where you may see immigration officers just to support the persons them that you see coming in, confirming that they came into the country legally. Because of course, Guyana is a place that everybody's pushing to come to now.
He noted that immigration officers stationed at checkpoints work closely with other authorities to verify the status of individuals traveling throughout the country. The increased checks come at a time when Guyana continues to attract significant international attention due to rapid economic growth and expanding investment opportunities.
We continue to see influx of foreign nationals or travelers coming to Guyana, and I think as of last year, our figure would have gone past 1 million persons coming into Guyana.
Telford added that the number of travelers entering Guyana has risen steadily over the years, with immigration figures surpassing 1 million arrivals last year. Authorities say the increase has placed greater pressure on broader monitoring systems and has reinforced the need for stronger immigration enforcement and verification measures nationwide.
The government of Guyana has solidified its 2026 deadline for first power from the Wales Gas to Energy project. Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Phillips confirmed construction is accelerating rapidly at the country's largest infrastructure site. Details in this report.
The 300-megawatt facility will more than double Guyana's current electricity capacity. Government officials say the main goal is to slash national electricity costs to relieve financial pressure on local households. Lower utility rates will also improve the commercial competitiveness of local manufacturers. The project will also allow for the domestic production of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. This will provide families nationwide with cleaner, cheaper cooking fuel. The transition aims to modernize the national grid and eliminate dependence on expensive imported fuel. Project momentum stabilized after the government settled a major contractual dispute with 𝐏𝐶 Guyana Incorporated. The parties resolved issues regarding soil stabilization and project delays. The out-of-court agreement avoids costly arbitration and keeps expenditures within the contingency budget. The first power turbine is scheduled to come online by late 2026. All remaining gas turbines will be fully commissioned in early 2027, with combined cycle operations active by June. Contractors face strict financial penalties if they fail to meet these new milestones. The surrounding Wales development zone is being built out as a massive regional manufacturing hub. The site will host downstream industries, including ammonia and urea plants, LPG bottling operations, and marine storage infrastructure. Government leaders say this ecosystem will drive long-term energy security. Employment opportunities are scaling rapidly alongside the physical infrastructure, providing an immediate boost to the local labor market. The on-site workforce is projected to peak at up up to 1,600 industrial laborers during the height of the current construction phase. This massive labor influx is expected to generate thousands of secondary jobs in nearby communities.
His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali today held a virtual meeting with Jennifer Gatling-Simmons to discuss a range of pressing bilateral matters between Guyana and Suriname. Among the key issues discussed were the challenges posed by ongoing heavy rainfall and its impact on both countries, as well as the major bilateral matters including the Quarantine River Bridge, fisheries, trade facilitations, energy, and agriculture. Both leaders agreed to work within a 3-month framework to resolve several outstanding matters with the goal of strengthening economic cooperation, expanding trade, and further integrating the two neighboring economies. President Ali said he welcomes the country's shared commitment in deepening our partnership and friendship to ensure further economic cooperation, expansion of trade, and integration of our economies. More news after the break. Stay tuned.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for your area of residence to apply for registration, name change, or correction. You must have the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy. GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2026, and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all Guyanese who meet the eligibility criteria to apply for registration. By so doing, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official list of electors for future elections, provided you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on May 29, 2026. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at a different address than the one you were registered at. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-02-7729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Want to place your death announcements and in memoriam messages on Channel 9? Call 592-761-5006, 710-5008, 600-5006. or visit our office at Lot 85A Lamaha Street, Albertown, Georgetown, Century 21 Building.
Guyana, Channel 9 is now Guy TV9, proudly under new management. We're building stronger with a balanced and open platform for all advertisers. Whether you're promoting a business, service, or event, your message belongs right here. So choose your spot, news, primetime, or anytime, and reach viewers across Guyana. With affordable rates and professional service, Guy TV9 is your partner in progress. So visit us at Lot 21A, Lamaha Street, Georgetown, in the Century 21 building, or call 600-5006 or 761-5006. Guyana TV9. New leadership, fresh outlook, real results.
Welcome back. You're watching the Guyana TV9 News Bulletin. The Guyana Police Force is cracking down on provisional drivers as traffic ranks intensifies nationwide enforcement to curb rising road fatalities. Here's more. Speaking during a public sensitization message, Lance Corporal Okimo Bromel of the traffic headquarters at Ivlery urged learner drivers and riders to strictly follow the law governing provisional license, emphasizing that road safety begins with discipline and caution behind the wheel. The officer stressed that many accidents can be avoided when provisional drivers understand the limitations placed on them and obey traffic regulations at all times.
Now, whenever you're driving a motorcycle with a provisional license, you must have a red L at the front of the motorcycle and a red L behind of the motorcycle.
The traffic rank further outlined the requirements for persons operating motorcars under provisional permits. According to Bromel, learner drivers must clearly display the red L signs on both the front and rear windshields of the vehicle so that other road users can easily identify them on the roadway.
You must also know that you cannot carry your pillion rider on the motorcycle if you're driving with a provisional license. Secondly, when you're driving a motor car with a provisional driver's license, you must put a red L at the front of the motor car on the windshield and a red L behind of the back windshield.
The Guyana Police Force continues to encourage motorists, motorcycles, and provisional drivers to practice patience, caution, and respect for traffic laws. Officials say responsible driving habits not only protect the driver, but also safeguard passengers, pedestrians, and other road users. Dana Dorek, Guyana TV9 News. Maxton Walker has been sentenced to 18 years in prison for the murder of his friend, Marcus Adrian, following a drunken altercation. Police said the two longtime friends had been drinking high wine, Guinness, and Turbo when an argument turned violent. Walker reportedly threw Adrian to the ground and repeatedly attacked him before Adrian collapsed while trying to escape. Adrian's body was later found on the Haruru Trail with 23 cut wounds. An autopsy confirmed he died from bleeding and shock. Walker admitted to the killing in the Berbice High Court, avoiding a full trial. He will be eligible for parole after 15 years. Human Services Minister Dr. Vindhya Prasad challenged men to join the national fight against domestic and gender-based violence by breaking their silence on emotional pressures. Here's more. During an open discussion with residents in Region 3, the minister thanked the men who attended the session, noting that male participation is often limited when issues surrounding violence and family conflict are discussed.
So I want to say thank you to the men, because many times when we have these sessions, men don't come to them. And the question was a good one. How do we get men to listen? How do we get men to change? How do we get men to see themselves, not necessarily how everyone sees you? The reality is what? When we hear about anything to do with violence, what do people think? It's probably a man who beat up his wife. And the stats show that too. More men are perpetrators, but are all men perpetrators? No.
The minister acknowledged that while statistics show men are more often identified as perpetrators in domestic violence cases, not all men are abusive. She said, society must focus on increasing the number of men who reject violence and choose healthier ways to deal with stress, conflict, and emotional struggles. Minister Prasad explained that this approach inspired the creation of the Brave Center at West Central Mall in Region 3, a safe space designed specifically for men to speak freely with counselors, experts, and each other without fear of judgment. According to the minister, many men suppress emotions and internalize problems until pressure builds to destroy levels.
I got the sense that they weren't always going to open up. Many times they open up to me, but not really to other people. And so I made this comment, and all the men came online to say, no, why are you saying that? He's talk. But I think sometimes violence happens because they don't talk.
The community engagement quickly evolved into a frank exchange between residents on relationship pressures, financial stress, infidelity, communication problems, and expectations placed on both men and women within the home. Several male participants admitted that men often only open up among close friends, while women in attendance spoke about the emotional and physical burdens they face in relationships and family life. Despite differing opinions, the discussion remained respectful and highlighted the need for continued dialogue and stronger support systems within communities. Adana Doric, Guyana TV9 News. Turning to regional news, the 2026 Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League CPL trade window has sent shockwaves through the region's cricket community, fundamentally reshaping the rosters of major franchises. Guyana Amazon Warriors fans are reeling from the departure of all-star rounder Kimo Paul to the Jamaica Kingsmen, a move expected to drastically boost Jamaica's middle-order depth and death bowling options. Simultaneously, the Barbados Tridents have pulled off a major coup by securing the signature of premier spinner 𝐒𝐑𝐄𝐒, giving the Barbadian side a world-class slow bowling threat to anchor their defense on turning regional tracks. Internationally, Africa's top public health agency, the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has confirmed a new Ebola outbreak in Congo's remote Ituri province, with 246 suspected cases and 65 deaths reported, mainly in Mongwalu and Wampara health zones. Primarily lab tests detected the virus in 13 of 20 samples, suggesting a possible non-Ebola Zaire strain. Though sequencing is ongoing, the outbreak occurring near Uganda's border has raised concern due to population movement, mining activity, and insecurity. Health authorities are coordinating an urgent regional response with WHO and neighboring countries. This is Congo's 17th Ebola outbreak since 1976. Those are our major headlines for tonight's newscast. For more trending stories, follow our Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube platforms at GUI TV9. I'm Dan Dark. Thank you for watching.